This is the ultimate Pokemon Violet Nuzlocke. You might ask yourself, what's so ultimate about this Nuzlocke video? Well, first, this is a hardcore Nuzlocke, so I can't overlevel, and that proves to be difficult, definitely when this game has so many boss battles. Secondly, I'm Nuzlocking everything from the base game to the post game to the DLC and Mochi Mayhem 2. This is going to be a long ride, so make sure you're strapped by liking and subbing. Here we go. We chose Fuecoco as our starter since it's the best starter suited for Nuzlocke in this game. We defeated Arvin first. He used a little Scoful, but yeah, he stood no chance against our big old, well, it's not big yet, but it stood no chance against Fuecoco. Secondly, we got some Pokemon and then we had to defeat Nemona for the second time. It used a terrestrialized Palmy and that proved to be kinda difficult. It nearly got our starter, but we barely managed to defeat the little demon which we call Palmy. I would definitely appreciate if you guys could sub, like, share, because this video took 4 months to prepare, to record, to edit, and all of that jazz, so I really appreciate your support. But after we defeated Nemona, we encountered some Pokemon, and this is how we do it. I just close my eyes and encounter some random Pokemon, or I do some random raids I see on the map. The first gym leader is here. Her name is Katie and she uses bug Pokemon. I have my own Pokemon called Viola the Vivian. Viola swept against Katie like crazy. The irony, she got destroyed by a beloved bug Pokemon. After defeating Katie, our starter Tortilla evolved into Crocodile, so we have a bigger Tortilla now. We caught a Knuckly, called Usalty, and now it's time for the first Titan Pokemon called Cloth. Mrs. Krabs or Crabrawler was able to handle this one fairly easily with Terra Fighting. I can obviously use Terrestrialization. Next up is the second gym leader, Brasius. He's a grass user. His first 2 months were fodder. His first month was Petaloo, we O-code with Viola. His second month was Smoliv, which we take down after 2 hits. So the Smoliv is gone too, but the problem arises with his Sudowoodo. His Sudowoodo is faster than my Viola with his chill base, and it killed Viola. I tried to get some damage on the Sudowoodo with Mr. Chunky, but I had to sacrifice Mr. Chunky too, but Mr. Krabs took it down. Our first team star boss is a dark user. He uses Ponyard BB3 O-code with Mrs. Krab, and we took down the first Star Mobile, the first big rubber room. Every team star boss has one. We took it down with Usalty, the Knuckly, and we got some evolutions off before the next fight against Nemona in Levincia. So our Knuckly evolved into a Necklestack. That are preparations for the next rival fight against Nemona. She is still as bad as she was last time, as weak as trash. I'm sorry, I have to dunk on her, but yeah, we got through it. We got a Leaf Stone which we use on Petaloo, so we have our Lilligant which we'll be using against the third gym leader, Iono. Iono is, to be honest, one of the most difficult gym leaders in this fight because she uses electric Pokemon, and electric Pokemon only have one weakness, which is ground, and I don't have a ground Pokemon, so I have to sacrifice Mrs. Crab because that belly build is too tanky. But we got through the belly build with Tortilla after tanking a water gun, obviously. But yeah, that was tough. We still have to go through the rest of our team, but with Lilligant we were able to sweep against the last of our Pokemon because we have Quiver Dance. Quiver Dance Giga Drain is an OP combination. After we defeated the third gym leader, it was time for the next Team Star boss, Mela. Mela uses fire Pokemon, and we had our new Pokemon, Iris owners, the Love Disk, and Love Disk just swept the Turtle. And her last mon is obviously another Rever Room. Every Team Star boss uses a Rever Room. We have Hado, which can tank those moves from the Star Mobile, and it just, yeah, swept. We took those hits very well. Good job, Hado. The next boss is the Steel Titan Orvorm, but yeah, obviously it stood no chance against Tortilla, the goat. The goat! Let me know what your favorite Paldea starter is. Any comments? Honda is ready to evolve into the big oil good old Hunt. Wait, what was her name again? Honda. So now it's time for the fourth gym battle against this guy named Kofu. I forgot his name. He's one of the most, honestly, lamest guys, lamest gym leaders. But our Pokemon went head to head, toe to toe, but we stood on top. We claim another gym badge. Next up, Nimona sneaked up on us again, but yeah, she evolved her Rockruff into Lycanroc. We got Lance. Lance just takes down her Pokemon with Tortilla. Yeah, she stood no chance even with her fully evolved Meowscarada. Atticus is next, and he uses a small Rever Room first. We got through his first Rever Room, and he uses just random poison Pokemon. His last big Rever Room is, but I would just want to tell you guys that Lance and Hado carried this fight. They are absolutely the MVPs of this fight. But a random shiny Flittle. Obviously it's pre-recorded, but that was probably my reaction. And we got the battle, the GOAT, Larry. Larry is the best gym leader ever, but he uses normal Pokemon. It makes sense since he's a normal looking guy. His Dunsparce was kinda annoying with his paralysis, so I had to switch to Lance, my Gyarados, but he nearly got my Gyarados too with some Hyper Drills, which was mad annoying. But our Tortilla got through and torch-sonked his remaining Pokemon to death. We're doing pretty good, just 2 deaths so far. What can go wrong, right? So now it's time for the 6th gym leader called Time. She uses Ghost Pokemon, and the thing with this fight is that it's a double battle, so it's obviously more sketchier since you have 2 Pokemon you have to worry about instead of 1. But our teamwork was better than hers, and my Hado and Usalti's combination and our synergy was just too strong for Time and her Ghost Pokemon. Iron Threads wants to battle my Gyarados next, and Iron Threads is the next Titan we have to battle, but Lance just tanks and hits hard. So yeah, this Iron Thread stood no chance against our Lance, or big, massive Fish and Iron Dress. I'm sorry, but you're gone. Next up is another Nimona fight before our 7th gym badge in Alvarnada. So her Sliggoo is a kind of problem. She had a Gumi last time, but now she has a Sliggoo evolved. But yeah, since it has Warp Pulse, it's kinda tricky to navigate through, but you thought you just tanks and nicely got the kill, the win, and Meowscarada already stood no chance against my terrestrialized Tortilla. So next up is the Psychic Gym Leader, Tulip. She uses Psychic Pokemon obviously, and she's the 7th Gym Leader. I used my Honda, my Dark Pokemon, Crunch the Espafra, and it nearly went well, but Gardevoir, was it Gardevoir or Florges, was kinda annoying, but we navigated through and got the 7th gym badge. So next up is the last gym leader is Grusha, and he stood no chance against my Tortilla. I just swept with Torch Songs, Frostmoth gone, and he used a couple of our Pokemon which we took down to pretty easily. His Bear Tick is something Lens took down, and after that we had to go and beat his ace Altaria after we have knocked this Bear Tick out. That's something we have to keep in mind. But Sea Titan is something Harrow just took down because we ate those moves. That's something we have to keep in mind. There's no resistance from Grusha, but after tanking a Hurricane, we didn't even tank, we just avoided that. We took down the last gym leader, Grusha. We got all of the 8 gym badges, but we still have to defeat this fairy boss. So this is Ortega, little kid imposing as a big boss, but he is not. He uses Azumarill as his lead, but we took it down with Paddle Bixie. Obviously type advantage, you know, but Tortilla or Starter swept against his remaining one, but we had a little problem at the end, but we took it down. So Wigglytuff gone. Was it the ace? This is Dachswoon. We just basically swept it with a couple of Torch Songs and a Shadow Ball because it has real big body. Revavroom is kinda tricky, just like I said earlier, but we managed to not hit ourselves and take it down with a boosted flamethrower. Next up is the absolute last Titan boss, Dondozo. Dondozo is a water Pokemon, which we took it easily down with Lilligant. After 2 Kiver Dances, I was able to one-shot it with 1 Giga Dream. Next up, obviously, I had to battle it again with Arven, which I easily swept again with another Giga Dream. But the catch this time is that it had eaten a small little Tatsugiri before, so the Tatsugiri is also a Titan Pokemon, which we have to defeat again with Arven. We had Lilligant at our lead, but yeah, there's now a big Sushi. Lilligant and Klefki and Arven's hard work proved the little big Sushi to be too much. So we took down the last Titan boss, Tatsugiri and Dondozo, so we just need to battle the final Team Star boss, but before that we have to do some things with as evolving Clover is gonna help us. So we now have a shiny Espafra, which we'll definitely be using against the Team Star boss fight. We caught some Pokemon for the preparations against the final boss, well, final Star boss, but you catch my drift. This is the toughest Team Star boss, as our Pokemon are nearly equal. We obviously used Espafra to take down the first Pokemon, Toxicroak, because is 4 times weak against Psychic, though she uses mostly she obviously uses just fighting Pokemon. She Sucker Punched Clover, which will be problematic. Tortilla takes down the Passimian with a big flamethrower. It's Blaze boosted with the Terastallization. Clover takes down Annihilate, but the problem arises with the Reverum. The Reverum is just so good, dude. So we have to unfortunately sacrifice. Yes, we have to sacrifice Espafra for a shiny Pokemon which didn't see the light of the day, because we had to sacrifice it for some humongous damage. But see you later, Espafra. Can we get some W's in the chat, in the comment sections for Espafra? So I had to get a clean switch to Lance, and Lance was able to closely finish Star Mobile Cath off after tanking a close hit, that is. So we defeated the final Team Star boss. That means that we've taken down every boss in Paldea, so now it's time for the Elite Four. So this is gonna be very interesting. We defeated Eri, and now it's time for Rika, the first Elite Four member. She uses ground Pokemon. I use Lance and Hala to take down the first 2 months, and then I use Lilligant to sweep through the rest of our team. So now, after taking down the first Elite Four member, it's time to fight against the literal child. Yeah, it's Poppy. Poppy uses Steel Pokemon, and we have our answers for that. Tortilla just sweeps, basically. Tortilla with Terra Fire and the Torch Song is just amazing against this fight. I'm sorry, Poppy. Who even led a child in the Elite Four? What? We even think of that? Gita, what are you doing? But yeah, where are we heading again? Sorry for my we were able to defeat Poppy, the Steel user, but no, guess who's back? Larry. But no, he's an Elite Four member. He uses Flying Pokemon, and he's actually scary. His Staraptor is something we took down with, or Luna. Or Luna is usually not the strongest Pokemon, but Luna took it down after tanking in close combat and firing back with Thunderfang. But yeah, Oricoro is something we took down with Key Queen. Key Queen is our newly added member. Queen has Prankster, so we can use our status moves. It's gonna be a priority, but we had to unfortunately sacrifice Lilligant because that Flamingo was crazy. So that's painful. Paddle packs it down, but our starter was able to finish it off with a flamethrower. 1-1 down. It's unfortunate, dude. It's unfortunate, but you need to make sacrifices in life, in Nuzlocke too. It's just the same thing, you know. Same thing applies to you. The good thing is that we got through, but we can access our boxes, so we can get a new Pokemon. Well, not new Pokemon, but we got Salty, and now it's time to battle against the last Elite Four member, Hassel. Hassel uses Dragon Pokemon, so we obviously need to be very careful because Dragon Pokemon are one of the most powerful Pokemon in Pokemon. Essentially, Dragon Pokemon were very strong, the strongest types before Gen 6, before Fairy Pokemon were added, so we're gonna be using Key Queen. So essentially we need to be very careful, and I want to say that it went pretty good so far. Lastly, his first one he released of his Noivern takes no one down. We get absolutely lucky with that Stone Edge, and his last one is Excalibur. This is where all the problem starts, unfortunately. So I used Dragon Dance on this Lance, thinking nothing's gonna happen, thinking I can take an ice move, but two things: Glyval Rush is a dragon move, not an ice move, and how it works is that it's OP as fuck. So how it works is that attack from opposing Pokemon during the next turn cannot miss and will inflict double damage. Just 2 strike and takes Lance down. I used Tortilla next, which was a big mistake. It also has a funny ability which can take fire moves and it'll boost its attack even further. So going with Tortilla was not the best game plan here. As you can see, I used my Torch Song thinking I can just get my special attack up, but Glyval Rush, that move is crazy. We can tank in Glyval Rush, but getting a Torch Song up is not too good, because you'll see what's gonna happen next. Thermal Exchange is gonna activate and it is now +2 attack. I'm gonna try to resist or tag that, but that's not gonna be useful. Tortilla, my starter, our starter, is perished, is gone. I'm so stupid. I didn't know Excalibur was built like that. I'm so sorry, dude. I'm so sorry. And now it's all over. Look at our team. Poisoned, damage. So you remember what I said earlier about Klefki, about his ability Prankster. Even if it's +2 speed, I can just paralyze it, so it's gonna be slower than most of my monsters. Klefki were kinda useful, but now I'm gonna use Hala for that big close combat, and it actually survived, but the thing is that it stayed paralyzed, which was clutch for you, Klefki. Thank you very much, thanks. But Hala was able to fortunately end Excalibur's life. Thank you very much, Hala. Our team was not looking too good, but obviously we can still access our team from the boxes, so we made a slight change. We got some new Pokemon. We got Kappa. Kappa took down the Go-Goat from Gita. Hala took down the King's Gambit, and now it's time for Luna. Luna shines again. Luna, thank you very much. I appreciate your support. After nearly tanking a liquidation, we can kill the Fallujah and just switch to our Necklestack. Necklestack has a slight problem because we nearly took down the Avalok, but Avalok took down Usalty first. Another death. It's not looking too good. Fortunately for Kappa, Kappa took down the Claymora. That's true. Terra Grass against Terra Ground. You can decide who's strong. We took down Gita, and we also have to battle our rivals. So Arven is gone. Oh, shiny! Yo, another shiny. That's actually great. We got Nightbat. We have to defeat the T-Star. Well, Cassiopeia. Actually, it's called Penny. Penny uses evolutions, which we can traverse through without much problems. Yeah, sorry, Jolteon. We had to eradicate Sylveon. I'm sorry, Sylveon is cool, but yeah, we had defeated Numon, we had defeated all of them. I don't want to spend too much time talking about those individual fights, because now we have to go to Area 0. Before that, I had to evolve some Pokemon, and now it's time for the final event, the fight against Professor Turo. Ladies and gentlemen, are you guys excited for this? I am. This is the final boss of Paldea, and we lead off with Arrowfish. Arrowfish gets a crit and takes down Aeromoth. Luna proved to be futile as always, so we had unfortunately to sack Fida. We had taken down Iron's Nerdy, but we had to sack the Fida. Literally newly added Fida that's still new. Arrowfish got the revenge kill, and Hala got Iron Thorns too, so we're looking decent. Hala took down Iron Thorns, and now he sends Iron Bundle. Iron Bundle is a water ice type, so Luna can do something. Finally, thank you very much, Luna, I appreciate it. Hero with Iron Jugulis, we were equal. Head Smash got Iron Jugulis, but the Regal got Hero too, unfortunately. Hero, I appreciate your work. You were a GOAT in the early game, you're still a GOAT. See you later, Hero. James is a real one. He's the MVP of this fight. This guy is Terra Psychic, so he can take down Iron Valiant after just chipping that guy away. That's actually crazy. But now we've defeated this guy. We've defeated the AI Chiro, and that's it for the base game. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time for a little vacation after all of this. Let's go to Kirikami. There are two pesky siblings actually, so after this intro sequence we're gonna see those two pesky fellas, but we have to get some encounters. So they thought they were them, but I was him. We got through Kieran. He wanted to battle, but no, I wanted to catch this started, but yeah, that was not really happening. We got some extra encounters, and we got an egg from the professor, which what could it be? I'm not sure. It's a Chimchar. I knew it, guys, but I don't think you guys did for a second. Kieran wanted to battle me again, and yeah, the little Yanma is going to be one of the more pesky opponents for the future, because Yanma is something we don't have an encounter, a good counter for, but we defeated him. We got some extra encounters, and yeah, it's time for the festival. It's time for the day. Carmine wanted to battle me because some stupid mask. We defeated her, obviously. We knew we were stronger than her, obviously, and our group decided to show itself. After Kirino that we essentially betrayed him, I didn't want to do it. It was Carmine's idea. He was kind of pissed. We got some encounters. We got this Pyro Swine, and we had to defeat this Kieran. Kieran was actually kinda pissed off because we betrayed him, remember? But before that we got some encounter. Kieran demanded another battle, but his team was still kinda mid, but his Diplin, his newly added member, is, you know, he's stronger, but the Diplin already got us, but still haven't lost a mod in Kirikami. It's looking good. I and Carmine had to find a stone to repair Ogopon's mask, so we had to battle this Melodic, which we did a little detour to Area 0, and we caught my miraidon. You all decided that I can use 3 legendaries on my Nuzlocke, so I caught miraidon with a Master Ball. This is also a throwback on one of my earlier videos, which, yeah, we caught a miraidon with a Master Ball. I don't want to risk catching it in the Ultra Ball. But yeah, this is my team. We have to defeat Kiryu once more. He decided that it was time, but yeah, he was very strong. His Yamega nearly got me a Honda. We had this new strategy of Terra Fire, what's called Terra Blast. So yeah, we got this Yamega, but other than that, his team was mostly still the same. His Dipplin was still a Dipplin. It's gonna be a Dipplin for a while, but yeah, we got Kiryu. We had to defeat the Lousy, it's called Lousy, right? We evolved Redemption, it's called Redemption, but yeah, I don't like those loyal free, lousy free. We got monkey toys, small monkey toys first, but now we have to get big monkey. The tactic strategy is still mostly the same. It's, yeah, it used massive blood, but we traversed our way. Now it's time for this Serendipity. Serendipity is something else. It took us 10 minutes to defeat this. We had to stall this like crazy. I didn't have a clear answer already. But yeah, now we have to defeat Okidogi. Look at Okidogi just chilling, just sleeping. But yeah, Okidogi is a poison fighting type, so it's weak to Psychic. We have Terra Psychic, as said earlier during the Professor 2 fight, so we can just easily Terra Blast this thing to death. See you later, lousy friend. We caught our last Pokemon in Kirikami as you're planning to defeat Kirin for the last time in the Teal Mask. So, as he's engulfed in rage, you can see his growth in battling. His team is looking actually kinda scary, but we had to get some extra encounter to prepare ourselves against Kirin's final fight, you know, in Kirikami. He's looking mighty, he's looking scary, he's looking, yeah, he's not his usual self, you know, he kinda lost it. But we had to defeat him. His first one is Shiftry. We got through Shiftry, and also Hala got Propobest, but after taking down Shiftry we can take down the Propobest. But yeah, it's looking actually kinda scary because he's actually a different person. We nearly took down Yamega with that same tactic, but it had that berry, but it killed Mayhanda. You are so clean in Kirikami, but we lost 1-1. That's crazy. I swear that you're mega, dude. But at last, Dipplin, we can just flamethrower that to death. I'm sorry. I thought we could have survived Kirikami with no deaths, but unfortunately that's not the case. But now there's actually a much more difficult boss battle going on after this. We can take down this Polywrath, but yeah, we couldn't escape the death in this Kion fight, which is I'm not sure how to feel about that one. I thought we were clean, but after taking the Goliath score, we had to. That was the final Pokemon, but after that, I'm sorry, Kion, I don't like you, man. You need to change, you need to grow up. But now it's time for Ogerpon. We have to defeat Ogerpon actually. The thing with Ogerpon is that it basically uses all of its mask and heals after we down her every single time. I use Arrowfish on round 1 to take down the fire mask, and I use Testudon or Miraidon. I use my Legend Edge for the first time to take down the Wellspring one, the water mask. And now is the time for the rock mask. We don't have a clear answer for the rock mask, so we have to use Miraidon, since Miraidon can deal the most damage. We have to avoid a crit, I believe. I think we have to avoid a crit, but Testudon is very useful in these aspects because if you don't have a clear answer, just use Testodon test. You don't find it deal the most damage. So the cornerstone mask is gone for, but it still has one final mask, the Teal Mask. I said it, guys, but we literally have the best Pokemon to counterattack Kappa or Choppa, I don't know how you want to say it, but Ivy Cudgel, we can 4 times resist that, and our flamethrower does humongous amounts of damage. I use Kappa, even if it's raining, it's nearly dead 50%, around 45-40 I think. But yeah, we secured a clean victory actually. I caught the Teal Mask Oakabron after taking a slam and hitting 2 more flamethrowers, which is perfect. Amazing, good job. We got the burn too. So yeah, it was a clean victory, which I'm still pissed off the big Honda. Okay. I caught her and I'm planning to use her later on in the Indigo Disk, but I had to catch her in the dive ball. I'm not sure why, but why not, you know. And Carmine wanted to battle me once more in Kirikami, but she ultimately was not her. We defeated her without much of a sweat. Kappa is actually the MVP, one of the biggest MVPs alongside Miraidon and Arrowfish too. Arrowfish took down the Sinistcha. It was kinda tricky to navigate through, but you know, we defeated her and that's all that matters, right guys? But now, after defeating Carmine, we had to leave Kirikami, had to go back. Yeah, Kieran was kinda, you know, he was pissed off, he was going crazy, going ham. Now it's time for the most difficult part of the game, the Indigo Disk, which is said to be unlockable, but that won't stop me. After arriving at the Blueberry Academy, I had to battle Lacey's Pokemon. She used just some random plus some minor, which obviously was a fodder, but it won't be this case. This is just the beginning. We caught some Pokemon, we caught this little Rhyhorn, we caught some other Pokemon, other new encounters, you know. We need to get some new encounters. We got the Sturkle, which we'll be using later on. But Carmine wanted to battle me. You know how this goes. As you can see, all battles in the Indigo Disk are double battles, which will cause for more difficult fights, just like the 6th gym leader. Now, after defeating Carmine, we had to defeat this Scrafty first, but after defeating her, we have to go and challenge the most difficult part, the Indigo Disk Elite Four. First off is this guy called Crispin. I have to say that I wasn't too prepared. Crispin has fire Pokemon, while he hasn't only fire Pokemon, he has Pokemon based around the sun, and that can be very dangerous because that's like one of the most OP teams you can have, right? If you can base your team around one of the weathers, that's going to be very OP, and I wasn't that prepared at all. I had Geoda, I caught it in the Teal Mask, I evolved it, but yeah, I lost James, I lost Geoda, and I lost Kappa too. But yeah, first Elite Four member down, but as I said, I wasn't too prepared at all, and that's literally one of the lessons I've learned. But yeah, we took down the Terrafire Blaziken, the Executor gets a hit on Geoda, so we lost 3 Pokemon, but we were able to pick up the KO with Miraidon. So it's time to get some new encounters. After getting some new encounters, it's time to face the second Elite Four member, Emerus. So let me just give a quick background about Emerus. She's a steel user, so she's using steel Pokemon, and I have my own counters against that, but after catching some more Pokemon, I'll be battling Emerus, the second Elite Four member of the Blueberry Academy. So first things first, the irony is that I lost my Hala, so I use a Hala and Tucker with the Shell Smash White Turf combination, but Duckfield obviously avoided the attack, which is stupid, but I lost Hala during that confrontation with the Duckfield, but I got the KO with my Miraidon. Miraidon was just an absolute legend, and Tucker too, which we defeated Emery's with just one death. We evolved some Pokemon in the meantime, and next up is the third Elite Four member, Lacey, the fairy user. We easily managed to beat Lacey because, well, she stood no chance against our pretty strong Pokemon, and I have learned my lesson about not going without a plan. So I think that this is a W without any losses. Next up is the last Elite Four member, Drayton, the Dragon Trainer, and Archelodon lost his life and that has Ross too, without much of a sweat too, which is pretty nice. So we're done with the Elite Four now. Now we're going to prepare for Kieran, the champion, by evolving this Jigglypuff, and now it's time to face off against champion Kieran. He leads off with Dragonite and Politoed, and we lead off with Obama Water and Ponyo. So what's going to happen? So Kieran has a Dragonite, a pseudo legendary, which is crazy, and he's kinda pissed off that I brought Ogerpon, but they wanted that Ogerpon dead, and they got it. I thought that Woodhammer would have KO'd, but it didn't, but Ogerpon died. I'm sorry, but that had to be done. We need to make sacrifices, and Kieran knows that better than anyone else. Obviously he's going for the Ogerpon. He doesn't like Ogerpon. Well, he likes Ogerpon back then, but now I think he's just pissed. Obama Water, the Obama Snow, was able to get the KO, and Miraidon was able to get the KO too, so we are 1 for 2, so that's pretty good. I was able to Dragon Pulse the Dragonite, obviously KOing it, and we are faster than the Dragonite, so that's gonna be chill. Get it chill, because Obama Snow is a ice type, ice grass. Next up, after this, he sends Porygon Z, and Porygon Z was just able to Hyper Beam Obama Water to death, but we were able to pick up the KO with Arrowfish. And now it's going to be fun because Wigglytuff has the ability competitive, so when its stats get lowered, it's going to get +2 special attack, and it's going to be crazy when Incineroar and Crystal is on the field. So Pure Dragon is basically able to sweep against his remainder of his team, is what I wanted to say, but a critical hit from the Incineroar plus the Earth Power from freaking Hydrapple was able to pick up the KO on Pure Dragon. Freaking crit dude, but my Miraidon was able to end Kieran's career once and for all, and he was getting a small headache. Now it's time to go to Area 0 once and for all to battle Terrapagos. Kieran caught Terrapagos first, so we have to battle him. This is the first stage, and we're able to easily close combat the Terrapagos, but obviously there's a catch because this is literally the final boss of the DLC, and it's not going out without a fight, right? So this is the second phase, the big oil, freaking crazy stuff, man. Arrowfish fortunately died. We had to sacrifice Arrowfish, so I literally just saw Chill Dragon, but Chill Dragon's dead, so I just let Chill Dragon die. I'm sorry, but I forgot to swap Chill Dragon out, so Arrowfish is dead. So that means that I only have 4 Pokemon in my party, right? Instead of 5. I'm just stupid, but Luna actually put up some work. Since it's burnt, Luna can take some damage, and since it's terrestrialized and it's Terra Electric against Terra Water is doing some great damage. Good job for once, Luna. Appreciate it. But after this one, its first shield goes down and it has 2 more shields. But yeah, we had to sacrifice Luna too. We're going to make a lot of sacrifices. My shiny Gese Shine Night Bet. I'm not going to let this one die, so I have to switch this one out to Redemption. My Mamoswine. My Mamoswine has a modest nature, so I'm not too happy about Redemption. Redemption did some things, but I have to sacrifice this to get a clean switch to Miraidon. Great damage, taking its second shield down. But yeah, I had to sacrifice Mamoswine. I'm having a lot of sacrifices today. So obviously I need a good switch for Miraidon so I don't have to take the damage. But yeah, now Miraidon can terrestrialize, and since it's Terra Water I can just easily just Electro Drift this to an Oblivion. So yeah, it took it down after 2 Electro Drifts, and now we have beaten the Indigo Disk Terrapagos. We have caught Terrapagos, and this is the 3rd legendary I'm going to use. First you had Miraidon, Ogerpon, and now it's Terrapagos, and this is my dev box, but it's not done. It's a mysterious Mochi. The Mochi Mayhem. Carmine is looking a little bit weird. She seems to be controlled or something, but it's not her. It's the townspeople too. They're acting very weird. They want Mochi or something. But yeah, we have beaten the townspeople. They are kinda a pushover, but no, not his grandparent. Kieran can't catch a break. I'm sorry for the little guy, but I'm sorry for him. If you guys are sorry for him too, please leave a like for Kieran. But yeah, we have beaten his grandparents, and now our friends Penny and Arvin are controlled by the Mochi guy too, the Mochi Mayhem, the Petrant. But yeah, our teamwork is better than theirs. We have beaten Arvin and Penny, chased the Petrant, and we have to chase him too. And we are battling Mona, the final fight against Mona. The final time we'll be fighting against Mona in this video. And yeah, let me tell you, even while she's controlled, she's very strong. We have taken the Lightning Rock down with our Terrapagos. We can be using it. Metacross takes a hit, and we can just Zen Headbutt this to an Oblivion. So after taking another hit, we had to avoid the crit, but we can take the Palm Knot down. I tried to set up with Rebombi, it works. Yeah, the Quiver Dance up, we can take a down bunch, and it doesn't glint that Oko did come out. So I thought the Dazzling Gleam would have killed, but it didn't. So our Coriander died. He had one battle, and that was his only battle against Mona. Miraidon takes down the Goodra, and Miraidon takes down the Milotic too. And now it's time for Meowscarada. Terra is Terra Dark, and we Terra Electric. Now with the Electric Terrain up, the Electro Drift is going to do some damage. Well, a lot of damage. We have taken down Ramona for the final time, and we had to evolve this little. We're going to be using Terrapagos against Petrant because that's like fair. I've lost 3 months against this Terrapagos, and we terrestrialized, and we just tank those hits from Petrant like crazy. So obviously we can just easily finish Petrant off. I've taken down the Mochi Mayhem, and we win this ultimate Nuzlocke. This has absolutely been a blast, and this has been a very long ride. This took me 3 months to make, so I'd really appreciate liking and subbing. I'd really appreciate it. With that out of the way, thanks for watching, and please subscribe. and let me know if you want more videos like this. I really appreciate it. SeisMan out.